Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. Welcome, 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 welcome. We got 500 of you on the live tonight already. 2 minutes in, almost 3 minutes in. 12 emojis. You're wicked. You're wicked. 250 of you on Facebook alone. 300 and counting on the tube. 14 emojis. You're wicked. You're wicked for so. Folks, smash that emoji button for us. Share the live. Please and thank you so that others can get the valid and credible information as well. How are you folks doing this evening? Good night to all of you. Good to see you there. Pauline, Audrey, Rajin, Evril, Desiree. Good to have you. Andrew, Judy, Joseph, Marlin. How you folks doing tonight? 600 and counting. Y'all wicked. All you wicked for that. Share the live for us. Cherry, Myrna, Sheena, Elise, Ashley, Wilma, Erwin. How you folks doing? I can't call 600 of you tonight. Carol Jacobs, good to see you on the live. Michaela Andrew Coates, Savage, good to see you. Alana Tang, good to see you, Alana. Melanda McKenzie, and all the other folks who are joining us on the broadcast. Good to see you folks tonight. Joy Wong, Michaela, Simone Greaves. How are you doing, Simone? Marlon, Emily Durant. Emily, so good to see you. How you doing, Emily? Big shout out to folks like Emily, Marlon. Good to see you there. Avril, Penelope. How you guys doing? Share the live. Smash that emoji. Oh, look at your conscience bite here now. 49 emojis. Your conscience should bite you. Angela Jordan, good to see you there. Pretty Benicia, Laverne, good to have all of you on the broadcast tonight. Share. How you all doing? I feel like the lights a little bright tonight. What's it? The lights a little bright. How are you folks doing? Love me some Hollywood. Avril and Vincent, how you doing? Joel and all the other folks who are joining us. Your boy Irfan had a presser today. Should we start with him? Let me start with May and Lester, Ashley, Angela, Joyce, good to see you. Paulette, Joseph, good to see you. Gwyneth and Carol. How you folks doing? Y'all, I told y'all, the show is nothing. So I'm so grateful that I got some of y'all in my life. I'm so grateful for that. By now, his family Ingrid, Sonia Sargent, Katyan. His family now, Ingrid, Sandra Hanover. How you folks doing? All you fantastic folks in the diaspora. Good to see you there. Good to see. Rishi says, no free publicity for them boys. I agree with you. Unless we got pointed something that's very important. Folks, good evening to all of you. Lester Williams. Make sure all the fillings shake down. Good to have you. Linda, Orwin, shake down or shake out. How you folks doing? Good to have you. Tizana, Tamzana. How you folks? Y'all got some nice names, man. Mandy, Carol, Winella, Latoya. Good to have each and every one of you folks. It's a privilege to be here with y'all. It's a privilege to be here with y'all. Not them boys. Not them boys. Folks, let's get a move on. We are so happy to have all of y'all with us. Wherever you're joining us from tonight, we count it a privilege, nothing short of a privilege to have each and every one of you with us tonight. The fight card set is just some of y'all missing. Share the damn live for us. Smash that emoji button as well. And let's keep on. Let's keep on keeping on. Not so. Let's bring y'all in soft. Let's bring y'all in soft. Not too heavy. How was your day, folks? Let me start there. Perhaps your spouse hasn't even asked you yet. How was your day? But I spend the day with the wife, so she know how I doing. But maybe I should still ask. Maybe she should still ask. How y'all doing? We hope that y'all are well. We hope you had a productive day. Debbie Hohenkirk, Brenda KC. I hope you're good. All right. I see Glide says, Gail, Carol, have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one else above you? My God, you fill my heart with gladness. You take away all. Ease my troubles. That's what you do. You know, that should be a song. Carl Duncan, you know that should be a song. Cherry Jeffrey said, "Don't share." Oh my God. You be like Cherry the man. Cherry understand the assignment. Some people you got to prod, you got to push. Folks like Cherry understand the assignment. Understand the assignment. Mandy, Joyce, and Denise. Some of you are tune. I know you all know that make a good song. That make a good song. I know why Rod sure don't sing it. How y'all doing, man? Good to see so many of you on the live tonight. And there's where we bring it in, folks. There's where we bring it in. We're trying to get away from this election, but it keep following us. It keep following we. How you all doing? How you doing? Good to have each and every one of you on the live tonight. As I said, we want to start with that opener. That's where we can start. Then we can circle back to some electioneering. And then we can come round back. We saw the leader of the PNCR, outgoing leader of the opposition, making the arguments on sources. You all know Gordon got a nice program called Sources. Yeah, on Sunday evenings. A lot of information. You know, very good interview hosted by veteran journalist Svetlana Marshall. She's with News Source now. She used to be editor-in-chief. I think that was the last designation at the nation's newspapers. Editor-in-chief, when it was something to talk about, now it's nothing to write home about. Nothing to write home about. Editor-in-chief there, Svetlana Marshall is a fantastic journalist, very, very professional. And Mr. Norton was on Sources on Sunday making the arguments. A number of issues, why we choose the parliamentarians, he choose why he has asked Mr. Terence Campbell to take the lead, the parliamentary lead there. A number of issues. Yep, breaking it down. Thank you, Svetlana Marshall. You know how I used to like to watch when I was growing up? You know I used to love to watch, do interviews? Bibi Narayan. Oh, Bibi was a classic boy. Bibi got a voice. And when she string a subject and a verb together, dot your I's and cross your T's. Don't come wrong, she funny. Tell you how the thing got so, to tell you, apologies there, to tell you how the thing got so much power. I just said, baby, the whole thing plug out. There's power right there. I just said, baby, the whole thing plug out. Ring the bell one time for Bibi Narayan. Y'all remember Bibi Narayan? That lady put a subject and a verb together and hit you with a question. My God. Y'all remember the name of our program? I show you all my age now, man. I don't like it. I don't like it. I show you all my age now. Big shout out to Bibi Narayan. Let me see how much y'all can get. You remember Bibi had a program? I want the name of the program and where the program was hosted. The name of the program, the place, the program. Some of y'all too young, man. And y'all want to politics thing. Y'all want to get in this communication business. Some of y'all too young. Too young. And some of y'all, at least you 48 people hit the emoji button. 1,400 of you on the live. My God. My God. Some of y'all wicked for so. Some of y'all wicked. But you get it right. You're going to get it right. One way or the other. You're going to get it right. 28 here. Y'all determined. Yes, I can show you. I can show you who is me. Y'all determined. You're hitting that emoji button. 1,400 of y'all and claiming. You remember the program? The name of the program and where it used to be hosted. Look story now. Half of y'all sailing. Dolly, Tamara, Bernadette, Kim. Nothing? Any takers? Anybody get it? Any takers? Roxanne, Yonet, Bibi Narayan. What was the name of the program? Fantastic interview. Similar to Sources that Svetlana Marshall does. Fantastic. You know, I wish Bibi would come out of retirement and do a couple programs for us and show us what it used to be like. You know, beat and teach, Bibi. Please and thank you. This thing just come back to me now, you know. Look, Joe, it's a man in the street. One lash for you, right? One candid camera. You all remember that? And GTV, candid camera. Man, this ain't even like, I don't know. Yeah, sorry, I was even always been right. Fantastic. Fantastic. Timeout. See somebody get timeout. Wasn't that? Was it timeout? Oh, it's candid camera. I know it was on GTV. GT. Look how far back I got now. Look, you're still long in the business. I keep good though. I keep good. Good to have you guys on the live. As I was saying before, y'all put me off track. Oh God, man. Mr. Norton was on Sources with Svetlana Marshall, right? Talking about the choice of parliamentarian, what lies ahead. Take a look.
Leader of the People's National Congress Reform, Aubrey Norton, has defended his selection for the National Assembly in the wake of the 2025 elections. He said during an interview that his selection was based on a blend of youth and experience.
I wanted to ensure that there were people with experience, so 6 of them are persons who served in the parliament before. The other 6 are newcomers. So there's some scope for continuity.
He said that there was also consideration of a female component. There was the need for ethnic balance. But the scope for selection was severely limited. For the first time in the history of the party, he had to select a mere 12 people. In 2020, the party secured 31 seats.
And I also wanted a youth component. Now you have Ganesh, who is still a youth. Prince Roy Jordan is still a youth. There are many persons in there that can be considered young people. I would have liked to put some of the young ones that came in, but we opted to put them at the regional level and to involve them in other areas so that they can get the experience, because being a parliamentarian in this kind of environment is not going to be easy.
He said that he would not be entering parliament. He recognized the limited number of seats. He also said that he couldn't put personal needs above the greater good. Norton justified identifying Dr. Terence Campbell as the leader.
There is need for a business perspective. I also believe you need somebody in the parliament who is competent in finance and can take on the PPP at the level of the budget, etc. So I thought that with his business background, his professional competence, and so far his integrity, I thought he was the ideal person and to bring like a new face to the party.
Dr. David Hines would also be entering parliament. He was identified by his party. As a member of the coalition, the Working People's Alliance was offered a seat. That party identified Dr. Hines.
There you have it, folks. And by that, I've been elected for a second term to the National Assembly. Elected for a second term, I really want to say congrats to all my colleagues. You know, Dr. David Hines, Terence Campbell, Rita Finance, Aiko Andrews, and the list goes on. Congrats to all of them. Congrats. Congrats. What I can tell you? Kind of obvious. Balloons. What is it? Congrats, guys. Congrats. My God. What is it? You're going good. You ever wake up good? Next thing is balloons taking by. Good evening, folks. I live for y'all. I live for y'all. I swear to God. I live for you. There's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of things happening. Talking about Mr. Norton, I saw himself and Dr. Terence Campbell today on the ground. Went back to Old Boys Town to meet with that family who have been displaced. The family who has been displaced by it's my subject and verb great. Feeling odd tonight. They've been displaced by the fire last Thursday. They went back to meet with them after taking a number of items. You know, people invariably get displaced in life. The vicissitudes of life Went back to visit with them today. So happy to see that, We got to stand with our brothers and sisters. Got to stand with them. Dr. Terence Campbell was part of the team this afternoon. As I said, the leader as well, Mr. Aubrey Norton, he was on the ground. And we got to do so much of this, Continue to make the arguments. As my political mentor would say, continue to make those arguments, Dr. Terence Campbell there, talking with some of the displaced residents, outgoing leader of the opposition, leader of the PNCR, touching base with them as well. Retail, mourn with those who mourn, weep with those who weep. That's what the good book says. We gotta practice that. Right? We overstand, right? We overstand. So some of the things we're following, kudos to them. And guys, we got to do so much more of that. So much, keep reaching out to people. Keep engaging. You folks, the members of the public, keep putting you first. That is what that philosophy means. Putting people first. A people-centered leadership. I see them boys trying to steal that now too. I see them trying to steal that now as well. Right? You can't own nothing in this place, I want to know that. Them boys gone with you. You can't own nothing. So let's wade through some of these issues that we're following tonight. What's happening with that bridge there in Linden? I see the PPP put out a statement. Which bridge? Some of y'all done forget. A portion of the Wismar-Mackenzie Bridge collapsed over the weekend. PP says, "I've no fault." They've been in government for the last 28 years. Is we fault. If you believe them boys, that's what they would have you to believe. That's what it have you to believe. And they put out a long statement, the PPP, today. I think it was Mark Phillips. At least they use him. I don't know if he penned it himself. I doubt it. This is when they wheel him out. Totally inaccurate. Completely inaccurate. You know what I saw today as well? Some of what former senior policeman, former assistant commissioner of police Paul Slow said on the very subject matter of that bridge. But just in case some of you didn't see it the last time, here is the mayor of Linden for a couple of days more, Sharma Solomon, on site when that mishap took place over the last weekend. Here's some of what he said.
This bridge is not something to be taken lightly. At this moment, we got tons and tons of traffic passing through the lane. For example, look at this truck. This truck is coming in now. How you doing, sir? You alright? Yeah, pass. I'm trying to tell you can't pass because you should probably come on the inside here, this you say. Hold a while, let me move it. This is the free bridge that we have now. Where's the picture? We'll take the picture of the person who said we get them free traffic without maintenance of this bridge. Very dangerous.
folks, was a motorcycle, forced into that area, meant for pedestrians, forced off the main bridge by a truck, and just fell through. Just fell through. The PPP announced that the bridge was toll-free from July 31st. Toll-free. Didn't even tell the city council, the mayor and town council there in Linden, how they're meeting the shortfall of the 70 million in revenues that the bridge brings in. And not only that, they did no rehabilitation work on the bridge, no maintenance work on the bridge. And that is where we pick up the conversation with Paul Slow, because Slow said this thing is criminal. And not only criminal, it has some facets of corruption with it as well. This facets of corruption. Take a look, take a listen. Paul Slow, the former top cop, the former Assistant Commissioner of Police.
Retired Assistant Police Commissioner Paul Slow has said that corruption is alive and well in Guyana. He said in his podcast, Speaking Out, evidence can be found on the Wismar-Mackenzie Bridge.
Only this morning, we are hearing that part of the Wismar-Mackenzie Bridge, the Mackenzie-Wismar Bridge, part of the bridge collapsed. We read areas that it collapsed, right? We know the reason for the collapse, but when a structure collapses, has to be, because we ain't get earthquake, we ain't get them things. So it got to be something to do with shoddy construction, shoddy maintenance. No, the same way the Mackenzie thing, the motorcyclist and his motorcycle were left dangling. That is what has been reported. So apparently no one was seriously injured, but the bridge just collapsed.
He also identified the collapsed portion of Dennis Street.
Look at here. Yes, you see this here? Some truck passing and the old thingy, the bridge, look at it collapse.
Slow said that there must be maintenance. However, he said that there is little maintenance. He said that even if the Mackenzie Bridge had been built some time ago, maintenance would have ensured preventative action.
You have something they call maintenance, and you have to make sure these things are properly maintained, right? But then happening is our contracts of friends and family and favorite.
There was also the Bamia Primary School. Scheduled for completion some 3 years ago, the school remains unfinished.
Entertainers, football organizers, Kashif Mohammed, Aubrey Shanghai Major, the It's and Jams people were given a contract to build a school, $300 and something million in the first instance. You understand? It's over $400 million now, and they can't deliver up to now.
Priya Manik Chand, the former education minister, now local government minister, has delivered some ultimatum to the contractors.
She went there sometime since she became minister. They got to be there yesterday. And she said that the thing got it done sometime. If it ain't done, so they can fire the contractors and all this stuff.
Slow said that the contractors have connection that allowed them to secure the contract in the first instance. He said that Priya Manik Chand's threat will come to naught.
Welcome back, folks. Paul Slow, breaking it down for us, unpacking it. Collapse government. Pointing out there, Dennis and Middleton Street. A truck just waiting to negotiate a turn there. Dennis and Middleton fell through the road. And that road was rehabilitated quite recently. So while we saw the PPP just this evening talking about neglect, well, you didn't neglect, you building and things falling through the road. Collapse government. Heroes Highway. Don't take it from us. Don't take it from us. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Concussion Road. It's collapsed government, Schooner to Crane. Public Road. We saw that road falling apart just recently. Collapse. Thomas Land. In the last 5 years, they fixed that area in Thomas Land, just outside the Queen's College there. But 10 times. They changed contractors, but 20. Right now, that road is closed towards the Albert Street end. Collapse. My God. The belated Rehabilitation of the Linden Suzdike Highway. Look how long they're trying to finish the East Bank Road. Not a new road. Not Heroes Highway. Not Concussion Road. The main road. Years upon years upon years. That's what slow referring to when you talk about corruption. You heard him talk about Bamia Primary School. 5 years later, we get him a fair chance. Bellevue, we get Bordness a fair chance. Not so. And what have we to show for it? And we can go on and on. And other projects, just on a year old. We took you guys up to what is that, Grove the other day. Going into Samantha Point there, the road deteriorating before our eyes. I find Irfan gonna get another 530. Irfan will have to get another 530. I ain't talk yet about the people who were injured. That motorcycle left dangling. You saw the mayor showing us that gaping hole just fell through there. Thankfully, people were left suspended in the cables beneath. They weren't sent plunging into the Demar River beneath the Wisma Mackenzie Bridge there. But the young lady who was a pillion rider with her child sustained a lot of injuries. Physical injuries. You can imagine the trauma. I don't think I want to see Bridget get him a life. You can imagine the trauma. You just riding, and next thing you know, you see in the water, rushing up to meet you. You know the trauma. They're visited as yet by Prime Minister Mark Phillips. While he's sitting down to write his letters, he visited people yet. He visited people as yet. They know who this run and visit. They know who they run and visit. The lady, the child, the guy who was carrying them. Traumatized, bruised, perhaps even broken, for all we know. Perhaps even broken. But our thoughts and prayers with them for speedy recovery. Yeah, better watch where you are going. You might stand up on some ground and you think that ground safe. Think again. You better think again. If it's safe. There's just a couple of issues you point out here and showing you some connections. You don't know how to use a bridge in this country. It's like playing Russian roulette. That could be a death you're going to, you know. And we ain't talking about all the polls in the PP that fall down. We ain't talking about that yet. Congrats to the third term Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness. He was sworn in today. Congrats to him. No easy feat. Congrats to the Jamaican people as well on a very smooth election by comparison. Congrats to them. You all know by now, by the night of their election, they already knew what was happening. Already knew. We got to rethink our electoral system. We know them boys don't want to do it because what it might mean for them. Right? But for the sake of future generation, you could imagine all of us, we got a little sense. But you can imagine our kids, Nandalals, Jagdios, they gonna come and fight these battles after we've gone on. Of course, we have a very long time more, but still, we gotta fix some things. That is what leadership does. Not just talk and complain. We gotta fix some problems in this life. We gotta fix GCOM. Gotta fix GCOM. Matters closer to home. Even though they had a press conference today. So why y'all didn't invite all accredited media? Why? You all claim you all embrace and celebrate and espouse press freedom, especially on International Press Freedom Day. You're got the longest press releases and statements. You know, how free the press is here. Really? Really? Look, call me rabble-rouse if you want. Call me partisan. Call me biased. Fair enough. But not Starbuck News. Not all the time. Starbuck News is a pretty middle-of-the-road newspaper. One of the better newspapers we have in comparison to the Chronicle, and in comparison to the toilet paper one. Times. Times, toilet paper. That's what I remembered. Similarities. By comparison, middle of the road, fantastic journalists there. I'm sorry they lost Tandika Percival to Ignite. Tandika Percival was a fantastic journalist, but they still got a couple of good people. I hear Femi is not physically in the jurisdiction, but she still writes. Femi Harris. Right? Khadijah Ba, brilliant and upcoming journalist, you know. And you have some more over there. What's her name? I'm seeing her face, as we say in my mind's eye. A lot of brilliant journalists. That's the point I'm making. Oh, y'all know some of these writers in this country? You all know some of the journalists? So when you're reading newspapers and say, Rosie, who write this article? I want to know whose scholarship is this? Who do I blame? Work us out in my head. We got some. Marcel, another fantastic journalist over there at Starbuck News. A fairly middle-of-the-road newspaper. So when the editor-in-chief for Starbuck News took to Facebook and called out here from them for not inviting the papers, and of course, you all know they don't like my father Travis. I mean my brother Travis. They don't like my brother Travis. So they didn't invite him neither. You remember when Gordon was banned from State House? Banned from office of the president? It's you turn out, Travis. It's a rite of passage for professional journalists. Wear it like a badge of honor. Then invite Travis them neither. And a number of other folks. I expect better from Suelle Finley Williams, because she was trained by some of the best communication studies in this country. Because they trained me too, that's how I know. Some of what she said wasn't so. But sadly, I don't believe them.
Before I pass the mic to Kit to take us through this press conference, I'd like to address something. I have noted a public post by the editor of Starbuck News, Mr. Anand Prasad, claiming that an invitation to attend His Excellency's press conference today was not sent to accredited media. I'd like to state explicitly that this is false. A call was placed to Starbuck News' accredited representative, Ms. Marcel Fowler, at 11:02 this morning, along with a written follow-up at 2:30 this afternoon. And I also want to state explicitly that every person sitting in this room also received a phone call from me.
So if you didn't receive a phone call, they didn't want you there. Sorry, Travis. But wear it as a badge of honor. And all the other media houses who did not receive the accreditation phone call, wear it as a badge of honor. You must be doing something right. You must be doing something right. We saw this in the last administration. Oh, some of y'all thought they would change. Some of y'all think they learn. Oh my God. You think they learn. Them boys in the launch in about city revival plan. Something must be in the air here. They don't just do anything like that. City revival plan. Oh yes, local government election is next year, now. Isn't that the same promise they made for the last local government election to revive the city, to work with everybody, whether they win or not. What happened since then? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Folks, they didn't tell us they're rolling out some EID cards 3 years ago. 3 years ago, this government done pay the company thousands, millions of US dollars. We get one ID card yet. Sorry, mistake. Irfan said he has received his EID card. Sadly, he didn't have it at the press conference to show us. He said he received the first EID card. Yeah. And this money was paid over this company around 2022, 2023 for these EID cards. He said they're coming soon. They're coming shortly. If you don't get it right, you know. You don't get it right one way or the other. You don't get it right. These were announced somewhere around local government election time and in the last 10 years. That's what they're telling you all. Somewhere around then, the thing was announced. Here's some of what he said today about this EID card. Yes, again, making all these bold promises and not delivering on. Take a look.
We will have a citizen card and a resident card so that everyone who is in Guyana has to have one of these electronic ID card that is key for security management, management of work permits, management of service delivery, financial tracking, and for security purposes also. This card will also be interlinked with our healthcare system so that basic health records can be easily accessible. The program will complete the following objectives: provide every citizen with a secure, tamper-proof digital identity card, enable trusted digital verification for government and private sector services, replace paper-based identity process with digital solution, Guyana unique identification number, a single lifelong identity number for every citizen, EID card, smart card with biometric, and PKI-enabled security features. That's a public key infrastructure, which is the PKI, ensures secure authentication and digital signatures. As you know, this is where the world is going. If we are to be competitive and if we are to be relevant, this is where we have to go. I'm very pleased to say that the process is ready to deliver these cards to citizens. For a matter of fact, the first card has been successfully delivered to the president. So we are now moving towards, in the next 2 weeks, to have all systems ready and to have a national scale implementation, the establishment of regional offices so that we can accelerate the distribution of this card, which is a residency card, a citizen card. Of course, we must again emphasize the need of public awareness, public education in this initiative, because we want to ensure that the population is aware and there's a strategy where people would ensure that they get to these cards.
Yeah, somebody said. Somebody said today about the EID cards. Same story. Announced 3 years ago, and we haven't moved the needle on it. 3 years ago it was announced, and we have not moved the needle on it, this EID card business. He said it's coming soon. Why even have a press conference on that? You're 3 years late for the class. You don't sneak in quietly and sit down and shut your mouth. Huh? 3 years late. Oh, we have EID cards. They delivered the first one. I got it. But I forget to bring it. Moving on. more than a year and a half ago, we start realizing we got some trouble with selling our rice in the international market. We got a surplus. But the rice, like the sugar, not fetching the value it used to fetch. More than a year ago, them boys promising better storage facility, better this, better that. A year later, more promises. Same promises, identical. Identical promises a year later. What is it? This can't be governance. Please, leadership got to fix some problems. That's what it does. I'm eager to wrap up. Eager to wrap up. You think it's only that? More spaces at UG. This is like the 10th time I'm hearing this. We're creating, there's such a demand for the free education. Of course. As can be expected. They're now going to look for space where we can house all these people now. Carry before the horse. But I tell you this. As a member of the University of Ghana Council, the administrators at UG will tell you, we don't only have to talk about free education and making more space for our kids. That is important. Everybody must have the kind of access and enabling environment for them to excel academically. That's important. But equally important as well, we got to ensure UG got the funding to make it world class and to deliver a world class education to our kids. Because you could got 10,000 students back out there if we're not paying our lecturers well, if we're not maintaining the facilities like we're not maintaining the Wisma Mackenzie Bridge, we're going to get the best out of it. We're not going to get the best out of it. So we can keep talking about creating space here, there, and everywhere for more kids. What facilities they're going to meet? What's the quality of the tutoring they're going to find when they go through those doors? So this is another issue being regurgitated yet again. Nothing new to report here. Dialysis. You know this government freaky? The new AFC government, to their credit, decentralized how dialysis patients receive dialysis. One on the coast, one on the east coast, one in New Amsterdam, a center in Linden. Them boys coming close and everything. The new AFC government was subsidizing heavily. They come in, shutting everything. And now like a moment of eureka. We're bringing 15 new dialysis units. The same ones that you closed down. You see, folks, if you're not following these issues, you get caught up and you say, wow, boy, they care. How much they close? They must have closed 25. How many did they close? You see, that's why we're not caught up. When you're a certain age, you don't get excited easily or for nothing. For nothing proper. So come on it again. These are just some of the announcements I'm walking you all through, But it's just a regurgitation. They come to finish off. And there's the same people who said they had finished the manifesto. And have gone on to other things. But what's this whole talk about? That's how we got old talk. Old talk. And the cocaine is still flowing. I'm happy they're making some inroads. But one gets the impression it's a little fish getting caught in the net. The big ones. The big ones, boy, the big ones. Nothing doing. The big ones. So we saw this. Number of narcotics seized recently on the Essequibo coast and let them. Look, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. We got to go after this aggressively. Not only after this small man in this regard, but after the intellectual authors. This stuff killing our kids, damaging a lot of lives, folks. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. Those are a couple of things we want to share with you guys as we wrap up this evening. Thanks for joining us for the many, many places you guys join us from. We're gonna see you guys back at our next broadcast. We're heading off to another event, believe it or not. The work now starts, The work now starts. So let that suffice for us this evening, brothers and sisters. Let that suffice. That's going to do it for us at this end. That's our broadcast. Good to see 2,700 of you on the live here. We got over close to 1,000 watching us on the Facebook. We got over 1,600 watching us on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. Cecilian, Edward, Ashley, Brenda, Mandy, Oliver. Good to have all of you on the live this evening, folks. Share the broadcast before you go. Smash that emoji button as well. And we're going to see you guys on our next broadcast. Stay safe. That's our time. And that's our program.